Ooh, Caroline Brown. Well, she's got some big boobs too, but this is Mama Booby right there. Ooh. Ooh. Dress appropriately for me. Ooh. Or whatever. Dress appropriately. You have to be appropriate. The Pope has to approve. No, actually, the Pope is always like, blah, 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 blah. And, like, who gives a fuck what he's saying? Like, it's like the Pope says this, the Pope said that. The Pope comments on war and peace. It's like he doesn't have any power. The only thing, Catholicism that they have. No, I mean, people hit Catholicism because of the child molestation and the child rape and stuff like that. And I'm saying that's a fair hit. That's a pretty fair hit. I mean, that's kind of legendary child abuse, isn't it? You know, legendary child abuse in the Catholic Church. But beyond that, what's wrong with the Catholic Church? What is wrong besides child molestation and child abuse rampant in Catholicism in general? What's wrong with it? What's wrong with that denomination from Italy, from the Vatican? Well, what is wrong with the Pope and the whole archdiocese? What is wrong with the whole entire Catholic Church? Well, I mean, in the Bible, and Jehovah God, the name of God, his true name, or some people call him Allah or Elohim or whatever. Um, Words are just words, are they not? So, at face value. Um, I remember that my uncle was trying to get into the church in his like 30s or 40s or something. They're kind of like, I guess my aunt and uncle, they're kind of like fair weather Christians. So they're sort of like, I want to save my soul. They're just basically kind of like, well, I want to believe in Christianity because I want to go to heaven. That's it. They're not doing it out of because it's the right thing to do. But it was kind of funny because I was like 23, and when you're like 23 years old, everything's the whole world's funny. If you're like 22 years old or something, because your life is not behind you, your life is way ahead of you. You know, or that's the way it feels when you're a young man. And so they were getting into the church again. My aunt and uncle, they're kind of on and off again. How many people go to church after they get cancer? What's the rate of that? A lot, probably. So a lot of people go to religion not out of just because Charlie Kirk was assassinated. A lot of people go to church because everybody's gonna die. Yeah. So but I came into my uncle's place, and I was staying there at the time and working over there. And I went to the refrigerator, and I saw he had a magnet on the refrigerator. It had all the names of God on it, Elohim and Jehovah and all this stuff. You know. But I don't think that anywhere in the Bible it says that you should have a. It may say that you can have a church and a congregation. It does not say that you should have men in power and authority that represent God. It never. I don't think it explicitly says that in the actual Bible. So I don't know where Catholicism came from. I mean, I guess it came from Italy, from the Vatican, but I think it was like an ancient power play. Yeah, because if you say I represent God, then people are like, oh, well then they will rebel against you less and your army. I guess it was the Holy Roman Empire, right? So so that's an ancient denomination, Catholicism. That's an ancient denomination of Christianity. At one time, it was had a pretty powerful standing army, I believe, in the past. It's one of the most cryptic and mysterious of the Christian denominations. One of the most ancient ones, besides Judaism. I would say Judeo-Christianity because people say Judeo-Christian because that's basically just about the same thing. I mean, yeah, I know they have different books. I know that the Jewish people is God's chosen people. So I realize that. Yeah. A lot of people thought, maybe people thought I was white because I was white, that I was like a Nazi or something, and that I was a white supremacist when I'm not. Um, so people wanted me to read Henry Ford about like a anti-Semitic book about Jews, and I was like, nah, I'm not really into that. I'm not really into like anti-Jewish literature. Yeah, so I'm not into I'm not into white supremacy. I am into English and American supremacy, European supremacy. So supremacy in the sense that the culture is protected, cherished, and expanded in those terms. As Popeye the Sailor Man once said, I am what I am. So, I mean, yeah, I know when a white person is like, I'm representing my interest of my race and my ethnicity and my heritage, then they're called white supremacists. But then when, blacks or Latinos do it, it's just like, well, they're not white, so they're allowed to do it, right? In liberal society, anyways. Um, supremacy in the sense that I believe Europeans are the finest culture the world has ever produced. Yeah, that includes the Spanish. They're Latino. They're European too. Maybe the Chinese and the ancient Mongols would be on top if they hadn't turned to communism. Yeah, and Mao Zedong. Yeah, they might be on top. They might be the top tier civilization. They're still trying to be that, but they've had centuries of, you know, poverty and warfare and civil wars, communism. They're fucked. In other words, they could try to put the whole world under the boot hills, but they're going to die. Communism always fails. It's never worked. I don't believe that the Chinese Communist Party will be the civilization that lasts 1,000 years. and supplants Western civilization. I just do not believe that. Maybe there's some that do. I don't at all. Because I know that socialism and communism always fail. But this Mandami motherfucker, this guy's going to fail hardcore. And I think liberals and leftists and Democrats did themselves a disservice. You're falling for the oldest trick in the book, which is beware of the Lord of gifts. Some guy goes, I'm going to give you free bus rides. I'm going to give you free trains. I'm going to give you free healthcare. I'm going to give you free this. You're just going to get it. Ready my ass. Putin says, if Europe wants a war, we are ready. Yeah, so basically the Russian Federation is an authoritarian, totalitarian state. And they have nuclear weapons and they're a gas station. That's it. Besides that, they're pretty much white trash. I can't even believe that those are the same kind of apes that came from the Caucasus Mountains as my ancestors, really. That garbage. Yeah. Caucasian my ass. Yeah, they look white. Yeah. Yeah, they look white. There's a lot of people in the world that look white. Yeah. I would honestly, if I was going to war with Russia, I would just burn that motherfucker to the ground. I would just blow him alive. I would just set him on fire. In that moment, he won't be in control of nothing. In that moment of him and his people being on fire, in the Kremlin, he will just look upon it. He will just die in horror as he has no power and authority. Vladimir Putin. Vlad Mad Putin. All right. Oh, you're worried about retaliatory strikes, of course. That's a valid concern. Yeah. So is Europe going to go to war with Russia? And is it going to draw other Western allied nations in, like the United States? Well, the problem is that if we burn Moscow to the ground and we burn Vladimir Putin's palace with the golden toilet and we roast him alive, the retaliatory strikes from Dead Man's Hand will be brutal. So they're nuclear weapons, they're armaments. If the Russian Federation did not contain nuclear weapons, if they did not possess nuclear weapons, we would have already roasted this guy alive. He would have been dead a long time ago. Soviets, communists, are of no use to the world. Old KGB thug Soviets, like Vladimir Putin and his ilk, that old failed century deserves to die. And it will, eventually. So maybe the geopolitical strategy of the United States is to secure the American hemisphere, kick the Russians and the Chinese communists out of our backyard and of our homes, So decoupling from China and the Russian Federation, kicking them out of Central and South America and Canada. Once you have control over half the world, then you put pressure on what little slice of the world they have. So, even though Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping joke about living forever, they're still just mortal men. They can't keep going. They're 70. They could go till 80, maybe till 90, maybe with enough green tea and cardio, maybe they can go to 100. Maybe with enough kale shakes, they can make it another few decades. But until then, they're going to be a nuisance to the United States and Western civilization. So probably the Central Intelligence Agency knows that if they kill Vladimir Putin, that they're going to launch nukes. Probably Europe first, but they could launch ICBMs to America and take out Houston or Seattle or somewhere. Yeah. All right. Whoa. All right. Maybe if I live long enough, I can see the death of Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin. That's worthy to live for. A lot of people might commit suicide, because they hit middle age or life didn't work out or life wasn't fair or whatever it was. Wow. Okay. Well, geopolitics is just basically what? Resources and power. So it's riskopoly. So I used to play a computer game. It was called Risk, and you simulated taking over the world. You might have played the old board game Risk. You might have played the computer game. I might have played both. I don't know. I played Dungeons and Dragons when I was a kid, and I'm still mad about what happened to my dwarf on that quest. I'm still mad about what happened in 1987 on the dwarf quest in D&D. Just kidding. Oh, so we're playing Riskopoly, right? Riskopoly. Trump is always talking about cards, like we're going on a Vegas table with the other players. Hey, you look beautiful. Oh, y'all want some chicken or something? I think y'all want some chicken. Yeah. Pop, pop. I feel like chicken tonight. Oh. Okay, make a chiku. Yeah. All right, baby. Teflon Dawn. Riskopoly. Who has the cards? So China, through its Belt and Road Initiative, have been trying to invest in third world countries in Latin America, BRICS, and Africa. The Chinese communists don't have two oceans to protect them, and they have walls and walls of enemies all around. So they're trying to expand their empire by taking up precious resources around the world. Rare earth elements and metals and minerals that are used to power modern technology and society, civilization. Okay. Top drug officer. That's what's up. Want some chicken? Okay. We're gonna have a little chicken tonight, huh? Yeah. All right. That'd be a good piece for us. Beer Monday. Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, the beer hangover is kind of strange because it's not really like a tequila hangover is like, you know, like your head's pounding and shit. Like a tequila hangover, you're like, fucking spazzing out and stuff. I mean, it's almost like heroin. It's bad. But just smooth sipping on some cerveza, on some Coors or whatever. You're just pounding down some cervezas. It's like it's kind of weird, the hangover, because it's not like, it's kind of, I don't know. It's probably because it's winter weather too. It's like maybe I have a cold or something too. I don't know. All right, let's activate chicken. And we're gonna put some butter on the base, salt and pepper. Yeah, just a little bit. We're just making a simple recipe. Recipes. What's the recipe for peace? Well, peace is probably not possible in a world in which communists want to take it over, or Islamists. If America makes a mistake, it has wounded pride it can recover. The Chinese, they never recover from a wounded pride. In Western society, they make jokes about failures. They have Wayne's World and Bill and Ted's Radical Adventures and all this shit. Step Brothers. People laugh about it, right? Like losers. That's funny to people. Okay. Don't you touch my drum set. Yeah. People laugh at that shit. But in China, that stuff's not funny. To fail is a dishonor in Asian cultures and honor cultures. So to the Chinese, failure is not acceptable. Failure is not an option because it's a dishonor. The Chinese are unlikely to make a movie. Hey, look, it's the losers. Ha 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 ha, that's so funny. Look, it's losers. They don't find that kind of shit funny. You know, at least I don't think so. So Asians play a game to the death. Win or lose to the death. So that's what happens if you're competing with the Chinese communists, is that they play for keeps. They play for blood. I don't think that people are taking the Chinese communist threat as seriously as they should. You thought that people would start to smell, wake up and smell the coffee when they unleashed that virus from Wuhan Virology Institute 5 years ago, almost 6 years ago. Oh, well, 7 years ago. This is a hot blonde chick, huh? Is she already gone? Maybe I rewind the hot blonde chick. Oh, she looks pretty babical. Watch. Oh no, it's the rewind. Oh hey Tula. Put my slong in that face, that pretty face. So. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, Tula, are you barking at the Labradoodle? You're barking at Labradoodle? Yeah, that's the Labradoodle next door, huh? All right. Spacewalk? What? Oh, never mind. Oh. Yeah, walking through the rain to get beer, not the wisest idea, huh? Yeah, but I was like, man, it's Cyber Monday, though. When you're on Cyber Monday, you got to do your duty, or some pepper on there. Okay. A little bit of salt, just for the flavor, not. Yeah, everybody chill, get real. Okay, we're gonna have some Denny, okay? We're gonna bring this winter the style, G. So, it's Nigeria about Nigeria. It's Venezuela about Venezuela. It's not done yet. Cook food doesn't automatically just come out, Tula. Tula, be patient. You need to be a patient girl. Yeah, ooh. Hey, girl. Uh-oh. Hey, I got the monkey. Hey, with the monkey. Hey, cut it out now. Hey, stop. Or I'll kick your butt out of here. You want me to kick your butts out? Or I'll fart on you. No. Yeah, so Venezuela is not about... What? I'm going to start kicking some booty. All right, that's enough. Now you can get your butt kicked. I'm gonna get that monkey. Monkey! Bye. Don't want to be fools? You're out of here. My third grade math teacher was a black lady, and they didn't really have many black ladies back then out in Dayton, Texas. It was basically just white people, a lot of white people, and it was it was rare to see an African American lady, a colored out there. Was it back in those days, right? Like when I grew up in the 1980s, maybe the American population was, I want to say what it was it about 85% white, Caucasian, European ancestry? A Different World just wasn't a TV show. All right. That's what you get for misbehaving. You miss out. No. What? No, you're not going to hover by me, fool. I don't care. Y'all are bad. So. So Venezuela isn't about Venezuela, is it? Nigeria isn't about Nigeria. Those are just riskopoly, monopoly and risk together. Risk is the war part, the power, the military part. Monopoly is the resources, the money part. Economies and war go hand in hand. That I tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other. Love and marriage, love and marriage. Don't disparage. This I tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other. It doesn't matter how much you get. So you need a robust economy to have a wonderful military, to have a strong, powerful military. A military ready to throw motherfuckers down, to throw the fuck down. You need a military ready to kill people, in other words. Kill enemies, adversaries, bad guys, terrorists, communists, socialists, whoever gets in America's way. Islamists. Is it Islamists? Yeah, I think it's called. Maybe do a little basting, a little bit. Let's see what's up. Baste that chicken. Woo. Yeah. Winner, chicken dinner. Grinner. No. I'm stretching. Be quiet. Silence. Hey. Y'all be good though when you get some shit too, okay? Alright. Chulo will try to eat the wood, so I gotta put the barriers back. Chula, baby Chewbacca's
you know, is gonna Chewbacca. You know what I mean? Chewbacca gonna Chewbacca. Sasquatch gonna Sasquatch. Oh, somebody won at $825,000 last night. Was it me? I'll check my numbers tonight or tomorrow. I could use a Christmas bone ass. Japanese hookers? I don't know. You might get chlamydia though. That's the problem. Those Japanese girls are looking good over there, huh? They're looking fine over there. Well, I like the Swedish girls. Yeah, there's European chicks, man. It's Romanians, Slovenians. Woo! That's some top tier ass. Swedish chicks. Top tier. Top quality. Ah, the Dutch. The Dutch. The Charlize Therones. That's it. Yeah. Those Dutch women, they're like real tall and the sexy blondes and shit. Long, tall, and sexy. Yeah. All right, so. It's not done yet. Y'all are being bad. Y'all are being some bad girls. Be quiet. You want a butt whooping? Be quiet. So the Venezuelan thing, is it really about Venezuela? I could give two shits less. No. I already told you to be quiet. Quiet. You get nothing. Keeps yelping and screeching. Why are we being goody? You're gonna get some. Can y'all be goody girls? Okay. Okay, baby. Okay, baby. Okay, Dula, I know. Make it get to it. Let me get to it. What does Venezuela have on the risk-offering table? Lots and lots and lots of oil. How did the Russians starve the Ukrainians and the Europeans by not providing them with oil? Am I right? With cheap, accessible oil. All right. Ah. Please, Louise. Welcome to Chipotle. May I take your order? Would you like a really big ass burrito, sir? Oh, you got the ball toy over here. Trying to make me trip with the knife and shit. Shh, shh. Calm it down, good voice, okay? That's pretty good right there. Seasonal job. I want to find some seasonal blowjobs. There you go. Ooh, seasonal blowjobs. $6 billion in Trump accounts for kids 10 and below for 25 million or something. 6 billion, 25 million kids. So of lower income, it's households that make less than $150,000 a year, I believe. That's what it was. So it launches on the 250th birthday of America, July 4th, 2026. 250 years of America. They're coming to America. They should have Neil Diamond sing at the 250th birthday. He should be like, "They're coming to America." I'd be like, "Yeah." Hey, Tula. Oh, you're such a good girl. You put on your potty pad. Y'all are goody girls, huh? Y'all are good Shih Tzus. Cyclone dog. Yo, we got a cyclone out here. It's cyclonic. It's nice. After I finish this weather report, I'm gonna go get some cones of my own, baby. Oh yeah. It's like hell yeah. After this weather report, I'm gonna get some Jack Daniels and go into the titty bar. Ain't nothing better to do. Dick Van Dyke is about to be 100 years old on December 13th. When asked what his secret to longevity was, he said, young women's titties and being a millionaire. That works. That'd give a man a reason to live a little bit longer. Some titties and some cash, right? He'd be like, man, I might want to stick around and see what happens with this. Boom, boom, boom. Got some of that long grain rice from add some chicken to it, and it should be a pretty good little wheeler mealer on it over here. Yeah. All around the world, they're coming to America. Fuck, I'll sing that song on the fucking, on my 4th. So replacing the dictator Nicolas Maduro is about all that oil. Have more oil, the Europeans, you sell it to the Europeans for cheap. That's one of the biggest resources of oil in the entire world. One of the biggest deposits in Venezuela. Now, there was a rumor that Venezuela wanted to invade Guyana because they just found some massive deposits off of Guyana. So you got to kick the Chinese communists and the enemies of America, Russian Federation, Iran, and North Korea, out of the Americas forever. Yeah. So I look at geopolitics as a game of riskopoly. Risk and monopoly combined. So that's what it is. And whoever wins the board has the most pieces on that board and the most critical resources. What do you win if you win Riskopoly? You get global domination. That's the prize that you win. Is it about taking over the world? Raul Julia. Of course. Well, global domination. And whatever civilization wins, whatever nation wins, or group of allies wins, they get to rule the world of an empire of 1,000 years or more. So yeah, I mean, the Trump administration might say, hey, we're going to war because we want to protect the Christians in Nigeria. Well, they have rare earth elements and minerals. Yeah. Oh, we want to stop drugs and the Chinese-Mexican fentanyl from flowing from the Americas to kill thousands of American people. That's true. We want to stop the narco-terrorists. That's true. But they want the oil too, right? I think so. Yeah. I know people say no blood for oil, but oil is energy. Energy is mobility. Mobility is power. Bum 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 bum. Put on Eyewitness News on 13. Did y'all have a good dinny? Y'all want some? I'll turn on a light in here, so you have some light in here for the Livy.
Yeah, ooh. It's probably going to get too cold tonight, so I'm going to turn down the fan. I just was trying to get some air out the place. Yeah, we go. All right. Well, God bless and best of success. Adios, Maduro. When he dies, I'm not going to be surprised when he's struck by American forces. Is anybody really going to be shocked? I guess the liberal media are going to act like they didn't expect it to happen. They go, oh my God, Trump. How many bombs did Barack Hussein Obama and the Clintons bomb on people? A whole lot. Yeah. And George W. Bush. And have you ever looked at the list of the people that presidents have killed? That's a long list. Yeah. So I guess Nicolas Maduro will join Bashar al-Assad and Saddam Hussein and Muammar Gaddafi and all the rest of the dictators. Look, boobies. Oh, man. I missed the boobies. Oh, ooh. We missed boobies? Damn it. Maybe there'll be some boobies on this one. On this new show. Happy holidays, everyone. Yeah.